Hello everyone, I'm Tom. Since this coronavirus disruption started, I've been hosting this blog to eat beef jerky and connect across the internet. The beef jerky part is silly and pointless. I'm not a food critic, but this vlog has let me explore some fun ideas with you, especially regarding game design, and I plan to keep doing it. Here it is, the 21st of July. Can it be July? Can we be so close to August in this year of 2020? Well, so far 2020 can get bent. Hope it plays nice for the rest of the year, but I don't expect it to, and nobody else does either. But we keep on keeping on. We hold each other close, as close as we can, and we keep it together as much as we're able. Boy, so much that I could be talking about in regards to that depth, but the script is already written, more or less. So let's talk about what I'm going to talk about today, which is this. This doesn't look like a game, and it's not. It's actually the main page that you see when you're setting up to put a brand new game onto the Steam store. I happen to have a new game that is almost ready and needs to go on the Steam store. Now, I could wait until I was completely finished and published on the Steam store. However, one of the many roadblocks, aspects, and quirks of the Steam store is that after you set up your page for your brand new game, they give you a 2-week delay. You have 2 weeks of waiting before you can actually publish your game and start selling it to people on Steam. I know of the Epic Game Store, but it's a lot more curated, so I didn't really expect to get my products on it. I also know of a game store called itch.io, which is much less curated, and probably take an hour or so to get my game published on it. As it is, if you can see this on the lower right, you can see this green checklist that I've almost got completed. That's less than half of the total checklist that you had to go through, filling out the individual page forms, adding the little screenshots and the videos and the text for marketing and checkboxes about whether the content is mature, and if so, exactly how, and what price you want to sell it at in various countries and things like that. So what I'm trying to get through to you, your glorious watching self, is that Steam doesn't make it easy. Steam is a long, involved process. If you want to publish a video game on the Steam store and make it so that Steam will take people's money in exchange for your game and then give you 70% of that money, then you're looking at hours of work and 2 weeks of waiting minimum. Oh, and by the way, it cost me $100 to get to this screen. I have to actually pay Steam $100 of US cash in order to get busy setting up all the little minutia necessary to set up the game on Steam. So I won't keep doing suspense or anything. I'm about to publish the rock opera video game that I've been working on for about 1.5 years, off and on. It's functional, it's good. I need to get it finished and out the door, metaphorically. So that's what I intend to do. But I just wanted to kind of show you a behind the scenes of something that a web page most people never see. However, a lot of people still see it because we're still in the end of the apocalypse. And $100 and a few hours of work and 2 weeks of waiting is not enough to deter thousands and thousands and thousands of people from making their own video games. So, not that I want to. I only lament that it's a sea of video games out there, and all of mine get lost in the noise. There's nothing much that I can do about that, other than be smarter at marketing, which I am not. But that's not why I wanted. I just wanted to show you kind of a glimpse behind the scenes of what you see when you say, okay, I've got a new game. It's called XYZ. I'm going to pay my $100 to Steam and then start the process of getting all the ducks in a row so that it can be sold. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. It's it's a thing I've done 6 or 7 times now. So it's interesting. And Steam, of course, has changed out from under me. When I released Artemis, just under 10 years ago, just couple months shy of 10 years ago, Steam was not nearly as open. You had to present your game to them, and they had to look at it, review it, and decide for themselves whether it was good enough to be on their platform. It was only in years later that they said, anything's good enough to be on our platform as long as you pay $100. During that period of time, probably 2011, maybe 2012, was when Steam went through a process that they call Greenlight, where they tried a community solution. So many people were inundating them with new games, including my game, that they set up a situation where if you filled out a form about your game, documenting it, then it went onto a big public list and everyone else could give it thumbs up and thumbs down and that kind of thing. And therefore, theoretically, the community could vote on which games that Steam would publish. When that happened, so many of my Artemis fans rattled my cage and said, "Get on Greenlight Steam now!" And I said, "Well, okay." So I put myself on Greenlight Steam, not having any idea what would happen or how it would happen or what would work or what wouldn't work. And when I did, I quickly got a pointer which showed me on the list, not just that my game was on the list, but where it was on the list. It was like number 200 out of the top 100. And Steam was very clear. They said, we'll take the top 10 every month or so. So I put my game on. I heard a lot of stories about companies, paying for clicks and paying for likes and doing what they could to get their game in the top 10. I didn't do that, but Artemis continued to creep upward, and then the next thing you know, months later, the fan base was like, "Have you seen Artemis has cracked the top 100? It was amazing." And so I was figuring, oh well, it sat there top 100 and creeped down some more probably. I don't know if it'll ever get to top 10. But then Steam did something amazing. They were like, let's stop with this 10 at a time thing and just take the top 100. How I found about it was a simple little email saying, okay, you're in. Here's a link. It was just that brusque. Just that simple. So, of course, I followed the link, and I saw the user interface that I've just shown you, this thing here. Except this is like the 3.0 version, and I saw the 0.99 version. It was much rougher and much harder to understand. And also, there were other hoops that were even harder and weirder to understand that I had to jump through. And there was basically no support, no help. They were like, okay, here's your link, do it. If you don't do it right, we won't do it for you. So, yeah. I was simply amazed. I mean, and it was, from their point of view, it makes a little bit of sense that, they were working it out as they went. So, at any rate, I got Artemis up on Steam, and it was good to me. So, can't complain. I wish that my other games had sold anything, much less, a reasonable amount. But no, the only thing that's ever sold for me, essentially anywhere since about 2009, has been Artemis. All that goes to show you is that the game industry and the game marketplace and what people expect and what people choose to buy is constantly changing. Changes every year. All right. Well, at any rate, that's an interesting thing, but that's not the main course. The main course, of course, on this video is the beef jerky course. So, and what I've got is Giganto bag. This is quite a large bag. It says 10 ounces on it. Feels like 10 pounds. That's a little joke, but not a very big one. This is Bridgeford Sweet Baby Ray's Sweet Teriyaki Beef Jerky. You know I like teriyaki. You know I like sweet. So this should be really good. I ordered this off of Amazon, and that's why it's in such a big bag, because you know how it is. You order off of Amazon, it's very easy to get the size wrong. I did not expect a bag this big, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. Sweet Baby Ray's, no, yeah, Sweet Baby Ray's Sweet Teriyaki Beef Jerky. Let's give it a try. Giant bag. Ooh, smells like beef jerky. Smells like sweet beef jerky. Here's a piece. Oh. Okay. Very soft. Well, it certainly is sweet and teriyaki. Yeah. I'm not complaining. Very, very soft. If it was any softer, I would be worried about its freshness. You know, often I've talked before on this channel about how some beef jerky can be so tough that it's essentially shoe leather. And this is definitely at the opposite extreme of the scale. Very soft, but not bad. Very sweet and tasty. Not hot. So, all right. Well, there hasn't been any real comments since the last video, episode 41. This is going to be episode 42. So, that's it for the video. Sweet Baby Ray's Sweet Teriyaki Beef Jerky is good stuff. Not bad. Please comment down below, especially if you have anything to say about your personal experiences with the Steam store or with buying video games from online sales places like Steam, because that's always interesting data. And I'm glad that you joined me, and I hope to see you next time. I'll be posting soon. Thanks a lot.